Well, isn't this breathtaking? We did just get heaps of new video footage surrounding Cyberpunk 2077 in the form of a 2020 official trailer, a 25-minute long talk show with two developers featuring gameplay and explanation of certain aspects of the game, and an announcement for a Netflix exclusive animated show made by a Japan-based animation studio called Trigger. Not to mention all the footage that was captured during a hands-on event attended by game journalists and influencers alike, running at the same time. Hello everyone, in case you missed it, Cyberpunk 2077's release date has been pushed back to November 19. While the game is pretty much completed, CD Projekt claims to want to use the additional time to fix minor bugs impacting the overall experience the player might have and ultimately release a highly polished product to the public eye. We all know The Witcher 3 has had its fair share of issues on release, but CD Projekt managed to fix most, if not all of them, in subsequent patches. For Cyberpunk, however, the developer chooses a different route by adding on 2 more months and aims to release a near-perfect game day 1, fingers crossed. But how shall we survive the 2 added months of waiting, you ask? Well, CD Projekt has granted game journalists and notable influencers access to the whole prologue of the game's story and a seemingly big part of Night City in a recent hands-on event. Participants were able to experience hours worth of breathtaking cyberpunk content without any restrictions set by the developer. At least not to my knowledge. They were able to explore the game to their heart's content, limited only by their in-game characters' strength and their gaming skills, of course. We now know that you will be able to choose from 3 origin stories at the game's start, each providing unique insights into the diverse cosmos that is Cyberpunk 2077. You will be able to experience the Corpo world as a corporate spy who eventually gets betrayed and disavowed by his higher-ups and ultimately ends up having to do dirty jobs to survive. Another origin story starts you off as the smart street kid who knows his way around in the underprivileged parts of Night City. You work at a local bar and are tasked to clear your employer's debt toward a so-called fixer. The third choice starts you off outside Night City in an area called the Badlands. As a nomad roaming the wasteland surrounding the megacity, you are forced to leave your tribe behind and look out for yourself in Night City. All 3 paths eventually seem to meet Jackie at some point in time, who looks to be your trusty sidekick for the game's prologue. As the E3 2019 trailer suggests, Jackie might not survive the prologue, with you having to fight on your own for the rest of the game. Unless in true CD Projekt fashion, of course, your actions and choices during the prologue determine whether Jackie lives or dies. Night City will be densely populated with lively NPCs going about their daily business. As typical for any RPG, you will have a variety of quests, ranging from the heavily narrative-driven and branching main story quest to interesting side missions to even random boss encounters in the open world. The timer during important conversations known from the Witcher 3 series also makes an appearance in Cyberpunk's quest structure, adding more urgency and weight to your decisions during specific conversations. Of course, you can always reload if you do not like the outcome, but where's the fun in that? Night City is navigated via various motorized vehicles to even quicker get from point A to point B. Additionally, the game offers a quick travel system. Your character will also be able to call quest-related characters via your personal communications device, although I do not know if the game will place restrictions on this mechanic for certain quests. At least for particular story quests, I would imagine this to be the case. We also got an in-depth look at a certain Ripper dog, I suppose, named Judy, working at a shop oddly titled Lizzie Jizzy. She introduces the main character to a key game mechanic called Braindance. Braindance is Cyberpunk's version of the detective mode from the Batman video games or the recently released Detroit Become Human, obviously adding its own little twists. Your character will be able to relive the memories of specific people. Once the experience has concluded, you will have to hunt for story-related clues in those memories. You accomplish that by scrolling through an event timeline, not unlike something you would find in a video editing program. Being able to stop at any point in time and freely moving the camera around to get a better picture of the situation. The developers claim that Braindance will be used sparingly and mostly as an element for storytelling, and not as a collectible you just check off in your quest log. Let's talk briefly about the technical side of Cyberpunk 2077. We do now know that Cyberpunk will support NVIDIA's Raytracing features and DLSS 2.0, probably even at launch, offering an even more stunning graphical experience, provided you call an NVIDIA RTX video card your own. Personally, I'm most excited about the implementation of DLSS 2.0 since it allows for more graphical fidelity with less impact on your system's overall performance. I wish more games adapted this feature, but since DLSS 2.0 is still somewhat of a novelty, seeing it appear in more games in the future is not beyond the realm of possibility. Even though there's one thing bothering me in all of the shown gameplay footage, sometimes more apparent, sometimes less. I'm talking, of course, about the abundant use of chromatic aberration in the game's current build. I must say it is most off-putting to my overall enjoyment of the Cyberpunk experience. However, knowing CD Projekt, they will let you choose whether to enable or disable chromatic aberration in the game's options, so it won't be an issue come November 19. I'm sure of that. Yeah, and for all you guys and girls wondering, no, I did not forget about the anime series coming to Netflix. I will provide a link to the official reveal in the video description. To be frank, I'm simply not that interested in an anime spin-off when there are probably hundreds of hours to be sunk into Cyberpunk 2077 itself. Not to speak of the DLC that will inevitably come. Will I watch the Netflix series anyways? Yeah, probably, at least the first episode, and then we'll see from there. Overall, I'm absolutely impressed with what CD Projekt has managed to create in roughly 6 years of development, and I'm definitely stoked to finally play the game myself. Well, that's it from me. I hope you learned something new and interesting from this little video. Why not let me know down in the comments below? And as always, give the video a thumbs up if you like the content, or let me know what I could improve upon. And if you want to show your appreciation, consider subscribing. That would honestly mean a lot to me. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye.